Alrighty, I'm Caleb. I'm 107 years old, and I am a professional. Whenever
right now?
Whenever you're
okay.
ready.
Hi, I'm Caleb. I'm 28 years old, and I'm a DJ and also assistant to the regional manager of the Improv Comedy Club here in Addison, Texas.
How did you get the job?
So I applied in kind of an unconventional way. Yeah, I applied on Facebook. There was an ad on Facebook for the comedy club for door security, running basically security and DJ, and I was like, well, I'll apply. That sounds cool. So I work in the day as the corporate, or as the assistant to the region. Basically, I'm Dwight Schrute.
I don't want to have to deal with it.
And that's why you have an assistant regional manager.
Yes, it is. Assistant to the regional manager.
For the Improv, but less annoying.
Keep it up, and you're looking at a written warning.
Maybe a little bit.
That kind of leads into my next question of your work hours. So what hours do you work?
So let me
typical day.
Typical day. So I work 9 to 5 Monday through Friday downstairs in our new corporate office. In that office, we control all the clubs in Texas. We have 4 currently. I think we're still working on a 5th one in Austin. So yeah, I work 9 to 5 during the day. Literally wear so many hats during that job. Sometimes I'll be, I manage the website, so I'll update it for the comedians that are coming through for the weekend or during the week. I manage the Instagram page, put stories up, make sure we're trying to get more followers, so more people will come to the club. And I'll also answer the phones. I'll also be filing lots and lots of paperwork. That's actually probably the least fun part about the job is lots of paperwork, lots of scanning, lots of uploading. Everything's not digital yet. Contracts still paper, and I also book the hotel for the comedians if they're not a buyout for a contract. I'll also talk with their management and agents, arrange where they're going to be for press. So
did you have to have special or education or training, or did your education lead you down to this path?
I went to UNT way back in 2013. Originally, that's how I ended up here in Dallas. I was really into art and creative stuff, and graphic design was really calling to me at that time.
In a typical day, how do you spend your day, other than scanning documents?
It's hard to even say what I do in a typical day, just because one day I'll be, the scanning part, that's every day. You gotta do all that. But on top of that, there's just so much more, managing social media, Facebook. I also manage their Facebook page, Instagram, manage the Instagram, booking hotels, emails, just everything. So it's important, especially for a person like me who struggles with ADD, to get focused and organized. The best way I can do that is to just make a list in the morning of everything I need to do. I even use Siri. I'm I'll hear something today that I need to do tomorrow, and I'll just ask Siri to do it, or just say, hey, remind me at X time.
So best part of the job.
Best part of the job is hands down. I get to laugh. What job can you say I get paid every single day and I get to laugh every single day? Every single work meeting that we have, somebody cracks a joke, and it's okay to do that. So
on the flip side of the coin, what would be the worst part?
Ooh, there's not a lot that I would say is a negative about the job. It's hard to think of a negative thing, but one of the main grievances I have is people coming to the club and having certain expectations without doing research. What people don't know, especially about venues, is ticket sales. A lot of that goes to the artist, you know, so there's got to be some way of, you know, pushing more money through the door, and through that you have to have something like a 2-item minimum. It's not 2 drink, you know, you can buy food and a drink item. That's one venue right now seats about 300 people, and getting food to 300 people within 2 hours is a pretty monumental task. Unfortunately, not everyone feels that way, so that's why the 20% auto gratuity is added onto the bill. That's another thing that people, you know, aren't super, you know, I wish they would research more. A lot of people come to the show and they're like, you think you can talk during the show? Well, the person on stage is talking, that's who we came to see. You can't talk during a comedy show, you just can't. We've had to throw out quite a few people for doing that, and we don't do it on the first time. You know, we even in our announcements before the show, in which you'll hear me on the microphone. If you've come to see a show at the Addison Improv, chances are you've heard me on the microphone. No photos, because this is the comedian's intellectual property, and no videos, same thing. And you don't want to give the people who didn't buy tickets to this for free, you don't want to give them a chance because you paid your money. So you should be upset that if somebody posts a video where you paid a ticket to go see this person, because you're supporting that artist. And if you want to continue to do that, you shouldn't post their intellectual property online.
Would you say this is your ideal dream job?
Yes, I enjoy it. I've never felt so much, so comfortable in a place where, you know, just, it's outside of the norm. You know, I have a lot of skill sets that match a lot of, you know, pretty boring jobs, and I've worked a lot of pretty boring jobs. Fun fact, I hadn't seen or been to a club to see live comedy until I started working there. So
do you see yourself doing this in 5 years?
Yes, I see myself involved, maybe at a higher level that I'm already at. I don't think I will, I hope that I'm not in the same place in 5 years. I'm always hungry for more knowledge, for more experience. And I try to never stop learning. Do
you have any advice to give? Somebody who's trying to get into this industry, do you have any advice to give them?
Any interview. This goes for any interview. Show up before you're supposed to show up. Show up with a pen. I would also say show up with you know, a good attitude. Make sure you dress nice. Again, I guess you know, just practice a few times what you're gonna say. Have some answers and some questions. Have follow-up questions for the interviewer. People like that.
Common misconceptions. Are there any? I know your job is very unique in what you're doing, but are there common misconceptions that people have with your job that you have to kind of work through?
I guess a common misconception, especially about booking, if you take yourself seriously in any creative art and you're trying to get booked, EPK, electronic press kit, have one. Have one ready. Take yourself like seriously. Have, you know, a bio, something, you know, that you've written up that kind of tells your story a little bit. Take yourself seriously, so other people will. Do
you get to listen to music at work? And if you do, what kind of music?
So I run the sound and light board during the shows. So I do the pre-show announcements. I meet with the comedian that is headlining for the weekend. I have a sheet a template that I made that says, okay, you know, what are your credits? What is your walk-on song? You know, what do you want playing? That's always fun because I got exposed to more, you know, other types of music that I may not listen to.
Vacation. Do you get any time off? Is that something you can request? How does that?
Oh, that's absolutely something I can request. I would have to definitely ask for it in advance and have them prepare for me to, you know, not be there. But definitely is an opportunity that I have.
Future plans, and we're talking down the road, way down the road. Like I'm getting old, I want to retire. What do you see yourself doing? You have a vision of that at all?
you know, a very loose vision. I probably should work on tightening that up, but I definitely want to invest in something, you know, something that improves people's lives, whether that be through the comedy business, through music, through maybe own a business, something where I can have my money, make more money. That's always good.
So, last question, and probably the most important one. Had it to do over, would you do it again?
Yeah, because it got me here. I'm very pleased with where I'm at now. If anything had happened in another way, that would probably lead me in a totally different path. And maybe one that I would be happy with too, but I'm happy where I'm at now. So yeah.
All right, Caleb, you killed it, dude.
Thanks.
High five up top, man. Boom.
Nice.
You nailed it. Audience participation, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you so
Don't forget,
much.
it's the 2-drink minimum. Don't forget, tip your bartenders.
Yeah,
tip
your
servers.
staff, but don't let them fall over.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make it.
On the next work that we do, join me, Huss on the Beat, as I talk about my life as a creator. But make sure you follow, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Smash the like button so you don't miss this episode.